Morning everyone, it is bright and early on Monday morning. Hope you all had a great weekend with your friends and family. Let's have a great week. Come on. Right, good morning folks, Monday morning. So, let's have a chat about what happened over the weekend. So this cash car you may have heard me talking about on Friday. I'll quickly show you in the workshop. There was a guy who was going to come and look at it on Saturday. We do work on an appointment only basis all the time, especially on a weekend though. However, he watched the video, the walk around video, and decided that he lives a fair way away and didn't want to come over twice, so he's left a reservation fee on the car, and then he's coming over later this week with his part exchange, travelling down from quite some distance. So the car's going to be ready to go for him, so as long as he likes it and it's as is described in the video, which I'm sure it will be, and we can come up with a deal on his part exchange, he is going to take the car with him, so that's a promising one. Fingers crossed that'll get done. C1 is going out tomorrow, and what else have we got going on today? It's busy today. This black Fiesta ST line, properly lovely car, this one, local car. That's going out this afternoon at 3 o'clock, so got a bit dusty over the weekend, so we'll get that one spruced up this morning, ready to go off to its new home. This Rio, which I haven't spoke about, or haven't shown you, we took a reservation fee on this one over the weekend as well, and the guy is actually coming up this morning on the train. Again, coming from quite some distance. We found that a lot recently, that especially since the start of COVID, that a lot of the cars are going out of town. These days, with our videos and so many pictures and so on, and the write-ups, you can really make a good assessment of a vehicle before you come and look at it, which makes it a lot better for the consumer and us really, because there's less surprises at both ends. We know what the cars are like, we can explain everything to the customers, they're not going to turn up and be disappointed. So he's coming on the train this morning, so we'll have someone pick him up from Hereford Station and bring him over for this one, so that's good. C-Max is advertised on the website, but does need a little bit of paint, so it's just in the queue at the moment. We've got a couple over at the body shop, so that'll be going through soon. It's nothing drastic. I bought this one from James at Chops Garage. You may follow his channel as well. Needs a bit of paint on this rear door. There's a few marks on the rear bumper, which we're going to do as well. What else? Lewis is busy valeting the i10 that came in on Friday night, as you might remember. That doesn't need a lot at all, so that'll be ready to go on live pretty soon. And then this DS3 is getting picked up in the morning to go to auction. Arrived in as part exchange. It's done 88,000 miles. Not something that we would entertain doing anything with. Actually drives okay, but is off to auction, so Lewis will be giving that a good spruce up. The roof's quite faded, so that'll need a good mop to bring that up. I always find with the auction cars, obviously they achieve more money when they're looking as good as they can do. I know a lot of traders say, well, what's the point, leave it to somebody else, but if you've got the time to make them look as good as they can and give people an idea of what they're going to look like on the pitch, then why not? So that'll be done later today. And also, if we come back around, I'm going to do a video on these at some point, our little hybrid Fiat 500 courtesy cars. So I think that'd be an interesting little video. Anyway, I'm on my phone this morning rather than setting everything up, so the guy with this who's coming to look at this cash car, he's got a 2006 C-Max, so another older part exchange, but I don't mind. They go off to my traders and then they do a good job for people. And then this little honey yellow Volkswagen Up, we've got an appointment on this morning in our Hereford branch. A lady rang over the weekend and wanted to have a look at this one over in Hereford. So Tony's off to Hereford very shortly to show her. Bit of a snazzy colour, but as always, very popular little cars. Lovely mileage on that one. I think it's done 18,000. Got the alloys. Got this cool little dashboard, aircon. Got the nice seats as well. So Tony's going to go and show her that over in Hereford, and then he's going to pick the Kia Rio guy up from the station, which is right next door to our Hereford site, and bring him over. So busy on. Have a good one. There he is, talk of the devil, chief salesman with his briefcase. Good morning, welcome back. It's Wednesday today. I did a video on Monday morning which will mangle into this one. I wasn't in yesterday, had a day off with my little son, so that was nice. But back to it today, and we have this little caddy. Now, we are by no means van experts, certainly not. Doesn't fit our stock profile whatsoever. However, gentleman came in on Monday afternoon and is changing jobs, doesn't need a van anymore, and was looking to get rid of this. So I took some pictures of it, took it for a quick spin, checked the service history, and put the vehicle on our trade network that we're a part of. So we buy from there, lots of traders that we get along with very well and have regular dealings with, and also you can sell on there as well, all to other traders. So I put it on there. We agreed a figure that the customer needed back for the car, or the van, sorry. So agreed a price that we needed back for him. I stuck my bit on the top, stuck it on the trade site, and sold within 3 minutes. It's only done 48,000, 1600 diesel. Obviously it's got these different Volkswagen alloys. No VAT as well, so that obviously helps. Service history, etc. So yeah, even though something we wouldn't retail, there's still deals to be done, guys. If you've got sources and things you can, there's always things you can do with them. So it's not always a question just saying no if it doesn't fit your profile, because there's a home for everything. So that was a good one, made a few quid. It's trade as well, so no need to worry about warranties and all that sort of thing. Drives great actually. It's off to Scotland, believe it or not, so miles and miles up the road. And we also have going on this Audi TT. Now this has been part of our collection for a number of years. My mum used to use it as her daily driver, and she's got a newer TTS now. It's got the ABT body kit on it. It's had all sorts of stuff done under the bonnet. It goes like an absolute rocket, but it's been sat here for about 4 years. And we were umming and ahhing what to do with it. It's the sort of car that's holding its value really well, in fact probably going up. It's only done 80,000 miles, but what we have done, as the workshop's been a touch quiet the last few weeks, because a couple of years ago when COVID came along, there were MOT extensions. Everyone got 6 months extensions, and it ran from April through to October. So MOTs have dipped off, which is as expected, and that will go on for years to come, I would think, until all the new cars have filtered through. So what we did, decided we were going to stick it on the track, and we have been right through it. So it's had a full service, all filters, brake fluid change, it's had a cam belt, a water pump. We have replaced the brake pads and discs all round. It's got Ferodo, sort of semi-racing brakes. So we've got new pads and discs, new calipers, new brake hoses, new brake lines, right the way through. It's had four new tyres as well. in Nankang, they're sort of semi-slicks but still perfectly road legal, so it's had 4 brand new ones of those, and the final part of the jigsaw, which arrived yesterday and we have popped on, was this new stainless steel Scorpion exhaust. It did have a nice V6 exhaust on there before, but unfortunately when it came off the truck when we moved it here a few years ago, it ripped the pipes off. So new Scorpion exhaust, sounds lovely. I'll take you for a proper spin in it at some point. It was an owner's club car. It's got heated leather. Yeah, really nice thing actually. Honestly goes like hell. I'll show you under the bonnet. You all know more than me. I'm not a... This is our first foray into... I like watching motorsport. Go and watch hill climbing. Go to our local meets at Castle King, which is about an hour and a bit up the road. But never done anything in anger myself, apart from karting back in the day. We used to do quite a bit of that. So we are going to go and do some track days. That's the plan. This was the 225 brake initially, and the 1800 turbo, but it's had a fair bit done to it, so I don't know the exact power, but plenty. So yeah, just got to get the brakes all bedded in, MOT'd, and we're going to do a few track days over the autumn hopefully. Anyway, that's just a hobby more than anything, but we will get back to trying to sell some cars. Speak to you all later. Quick update, and you may see the yellow up is sold. If you see earlier in the video, you'll know that this was going to Hereford on Monday for a test drive. Lady wanted to have a look at it. She did, and we do also have a blue Skoda Citigo 5-door over there, which is very, very similar car, similar mileage. Obviously 5 doors as well, so she wanted to try that one, so that she tried both of those on Monday. A couple of days to have a think about it, and she has fallen on the side of this yellow one. So that's sold. She's paid for it in full. She's picking the car up tomorrow afternoon, coming from Abergavenny, and we will be putting it through the workshop in the morning. It's going to have an MOT. We'll check all the levels, tyre pressures, bulbs, so on, and it's also going to have a cam belt replacement as well, because they're due at 5 years on these little Volkswagens. So that's all included in the price for her. So yeah, a good one to get rid of. Interesting colour, so you never know how they're going to quite play out, but she really liked it. Was trying to come up with some names for the colour, most of which are unbroadcastable. The official colour is honey yellow, but you can make your own assessments of what you think it should be. Anyway, there we go, another one gone, so happy days. So guys, it's story time. You might remember this one from last week. We sold it to Mr. Parsons, delivered it to him, the old boy up in the town. And a week later, it's back, and it's back for good. Well, not back for good, I've got another inquiry on it, but it's back. He had the car for a week, managed to scuff the front corner, which we're getting done on Tuesday, and has only done about 50 miles in it and absolutely hates it. Too many buttons, too many gadgets, too many gizmos, and gave us a call and said he'd really like his old car back. Now his old car, we had painted the front corner, we'd put 4 tyres on it, we'd given it a full service, we'd replaced the wing mirror. If you've seen the videos before, you'll know about that. So we probably spent 500 or 600 quid on it in total. And obviously he bought this one at retail, and with everything that comes with it, the warranty and so on. So it's always a tricky situation. Doesn't happen very often, but does happen, and obviously it's a tricky situation because there's absolutely nothing wrong with the car mechanically, and he openly admits that. He just does not like it. So it puts you in a position really morally, and also you have to just try and do your best for both parties. So we worked out some figures, and which was tricky because, again, like I say, there's no reason for us to have to buy the car back, but the guys bought 5 cars off us previously, and we've always looked after him, and would like to continue to look after him, so there's no point burning bridges. So we came up with a resolution. We gave him his car back at exactly what it owes us. So that was after we'd done the service and the tyres, worked out exactly what it owed us after what we'd given him for it. We gave him back, gave him it back for that, and then we bought this one back at a very good, strong trade price. So not quite retail, but a very strong price. So he hasn't lost too much on it. Obviously it's added another owner to this one, which is by the by, that happens, and obviously it's a genuine reason for it, but it's better to be honest with you, and I'd rather be honest with you because it's not all plain sailing selling cars. Obviously, because of the types of cars that we sell, the clientele that it attracts, we don't have many mechanical problems, don't have a lot of warranty stuff going on at all because the cars are pretty new, very low mileage, and obviously prepared by ourselves in our workshop, so warranty claims are very, very minimal, which is why we supply them ourselves. But then things can happen because obviously aging customers do struggle sometimes with the newer technology, and I'd set up all his radio stations for him and made sure he was happy with all the controls. We went for a test drive together, which we don't normally do anymore, most of them are unaccompanied, but just make sure he was happy, and then once it's in his possession, it's up to him. But I think he clipped the front corner and just thought the car was too big for him. So anyway, 24 hours later, all's done and dusted, insurance is all back to as it was, and we're back to square one. So I re-advertised the car last night, and we've got some people interested. They're up here on holiday next week, and they've already got an older Jazz that they're looking to part exchange, so fingers crossed we can turn it around quickly and move on. But there we go, guys. Like I say, not always plain sailing. A lot of videos will just show you sale, 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 win, win, win. But there are headaches along the way, and that's always going to be the case when you sell 250, 300 cars a year. It's not always a bed of roses. It's the game we play, and we do have to try and look after people. We're in a very small town. It makes sense for us. I couldn't sleep at night if I said, oh, well, you can have your car back, but it's got to be at the retail price, and I'll give you a very basic trade price for the one that you bought. In theory, could do that legally, because obviously there's nothing mechanically wrong with this one whatsoever. Didn't buy it on a distance sale, so it doesn't have the 14-day recourse just because he doesn't like it, because he'd been and viewed it and driven it and so on beforehand. So one of those situations, but he's very grateful that we've looked after him. We haven't lost anything on it, which is the main thing. He's happy, so all's well that ends well in the end, but a bit of head scratching going on. There we go. Catch you later.